Hello my loves, I am Ellie Frost and this video is about why breaking free of narcissistic and toxic relationship dynamics is essential to receiving your true abundance and life purpose. Okay? So, let me begin. Now, before I start on this does not mean that there are not going to be people in the world that you have to deal with as part of your life, right? That may be unhealthy for you, right? Or that fit into the categories that I'm talking about. But what it does mean is that you cannot play into a toxic relationship cycle, which means, right, that you need to be in your authentic power and truth. I have a free group on Facebook called Authentic Power, if you want to join it. And my definition of being authentic is being true to who you are, which is what a lot of people teach, and being true to what you want and need, right? I'm a great teacher on abundance, and, you know, abundance is about more and more from life, right? Receiving expansion, evolution, growth, yeah? So any situation that requires you to be less than yourself, to be diminished in some way, to be invalidated, is not in alignment energetically. It's not an energetic match in the universe to you being in your abundance. So can you see how, right, so manifestation, this is a quantum physical universe, it's very scientific, and we need to be a match to what we're choosing, what we want. Now, fundamentally, the human soul wants evolution and growth. So a match doesn't always mean the same. So, for example, an empath and a narcissist is an energetic match. Yeah, they're not the same. So we get confused and we think I have to, you know, when people talk about you need to be what you want, you need to be the compatible energy. I teach a lot on energetics. You have to be the compatible energy. So if I want to come into my fullest expression, abundance and truth, life purpose, full authenticity, I cannot then be playing in dynamics that require me to be less than myself. In fact, I require relationships, environments, success, ways of being that bring more of me to the table, and as a result I bring out more in people. I say to my clients all the time, you know, I play in their fullest potential actualized, not just as an idea. So I help them become more of them, and in doing that I become more of myself, right? So we want to be in situations, if we're choosing our evolution and growth, that enable us to bring more of ourselves out. Yeah. Now, you can either choose where you are or your growth. It's kind of like no other way. If we choose to set new standards for ourselves, then we can't afford those dynamics, right? And these dynamics are sticky and difficult to get out of. And why would that be in consciousness? Well, on an energetic level, right, soul-driven leaders are being called into sovereignty. Sovereignty means like true sovereignty, in charge of your happiness, your love, your joy, your wealth, your life, right? So therefore we can't be giving our power away to like black holes that just diminish us and feed off our energy but don't enhance our life or the collective. And I promise you, universally, the universe, God, divinity wants to support more of life, right? That's Mother Nature. So whatever you think about or may think, and I know what it's like to be in very challenging situations, if you deal with true narcissists, which I have, they will deplete your life force, they will deplete every resource you have. They aim to destruct. They are a destructive energy, right? But their power is false, right? And the way to overcome this is to, one, claim our authenticity. I refuse not to be in my authentic truth. That does not mean the world needs to hear my truth in an inappropriate context. It does not mean I need to be right over someone else. It means I will not compromise my integrity. When we learn how to be in our integrity, I do have a free masterclass on this. I could probably send you. I don't know where. I think it's on Facebook somewhere. If you want it, just drop a comment that you want it. But when we choose our integrity, yeah, then we choose integrity with ourselves. So therefore we build self-trust. we self-partner, we self-source. We stop allocating our emotional, physical, financial needs to anyone else other than our co-creation with God, the universe, and ourselves. At that point, right, and we have to choose this. The universe will not cut cords for you. The universe will not just take those people out of your life. You have to claim this energetically, and I do trauma release sessions. They are full price now. January offer is over, but they are extremely effective and worth every penny. So if you need one, let me know. You just cutting cords, but being the same being doesn't work either, right? This comes from a spiritual evolution, which is actually why these darker energies are invading your field, right? Your soul wants to evolve. Now, if we don't choose to evolve, the universe will give you circumstances to evolve from, because every single human on this planet comes for evolution and growth. The whole planet is wired on it. So if you're not actively co-creating and collaborating with the universe on your evolution and growth, it will send you narcissists. It will send you situations to evolve you. Now, that does not mean that you might not have been born into those situations. I was born into those situations. I didn't know what it was for a lot of my life, but I was born into it. I didn't choose it as a baby. But still, it was to do with my growth path, right? So, in choosing our evolution and growth, we must not lose ourselves. So what those narcissistic people do and what the toxic dynamics do is they try and make you lose yourself, be less of yourself, be invalidated and diminished, but also lose yourself, put on a mask, be inauthentic to try and be liked, to try and be safe, to try and get something. So therefore, you're an energetic match to manipulators. The people pleasers are an energetic match to narcissists, right? Because they're both being false. Now, an empath is doing it for good reasons, often for survival reasons. It's what they learn in childhood. That's what I was taught in childhood, to sacrifice myself in order to be safe and liked and manipulated and basically destroyed and have my life force energy sucked out of me by others who were not self-regulating. This is a spiritual achievement and an evolution, but it's essential to achieve your life purpose. You cannot be authentic in your life purpose and inauthentic in your life. It's not an energetic match. So our integrity counts, and you can break this much easier than you know. But when your awareness is there and your consciousness is there and you keep choosing it, now you're betraying yourself. If you know you've got these dynamics going on and you're not actively doing everything you can to cut the cords, heal the trauma and walk away, you're choosing it. So then don't expect to engage in it and be abundant. That's not how this is going to work. Your abundance is there, your life is there, your fulfillment, your desires, all of it, but you have to be in integrity. And integrity means that you don't do things out of in alignment with your values, right? And I am not saying that you might not feel extremely trapped, right? There are many times in my life I was absolutely trapped, like in a physical way, but I still managed to evolve, right? So I promise you anything's possible, no matter what it is, no matter how terrifying it may seem to you, right? How impossible. If you can evolve spiritually through this, those chains fall away, but you have to stand by them and not go back into those dynamics. Now, these dynamics, in my course, Money Magic, deals a lot with relationship trauma, right? I feel like we all need to understand abundance to set ourselves free. I have 2 courses on it. One is Living from Abundance. It will change your energetic set point. So stop feeling like the rug is going to be pulled under you and start aligning with more and better and better and better. That is a pretty low cost to buy that particular course at the moment, and it will completely help you heal from kind of lack of safety and lack of growth traumas. It's like, you know, when we've been very traumatized, we just want some kind of consistency. We just want to stay safe. So we try and cling on to everything, right? Because we don't want what happened to us before to happen to us again. So Living from Abundance heals some of that trauma. It also helps you understand what living from abundance really means, how to activate that. And there's a lot of activation in that course. A lot of my clients, high 6 figure 7 figure earners, when they do that process with me, still say I was still in lack. I didn't realize how much lack I was still operating from. We all are. This is a journey. All my programs are a journey. You don't get this done. You just go deeper and deeper and more layered, but they are the foundational tools for this evolution around your finances, your energetics, your true work in this world and abundance. Okay? Money Magic deals with healing relationship trauma, because these traumas are the ones that we use, that literally we replay. Our relationship with ourselves and with others is how we relate to everything on the planet, including money. Right? As soul-driven, heart-driven entrepreneurs, we must align with wealth. We must align with abundant ways to doing, the humanity-focused work on the planet. That is the key. So those two things are very helpful. I've got a couple of other things you can look at on my website. You can go to elliefrost.com. But make no mistake, if you are still engaging in these dynamics, hello, Sophia, I'm talking about these relationship dynamics and how they affect everything in our life. And as part of our spiritual awakening and conscious soul mission like attunement, there is no way you can operate in the dynamic of toxic environments, relationships, etc. Also acknowledging that I know what it's like to be very, very trapped physically by these dynamics, but you can still break free, and it is a consciousness awareness, and you have to choose it. The universe will not cut the cords, and even just cutting the cords, if you're not healed, you just attract a new one. Right? But this is our job to do, because look at the structures of society, look at the traps of society. They're all illusions. We are way more sovereign and powerful than we think, right? But we are a cooperative component, part of the problem. If you are allowing yourself to be invalidated, diminished, not authentic in any way, whatever the excuses, and I know they're valid. I've been in these kind of traps, right? If your job is requiring you to be less of yourself, think about a change of career. Your soul is calling you to something else. If you are around people and you've been fair to them, this is not about not powerfully communicating. I teach people powerful communications every day, right? This is about powerfully communicating who you are and what you want and need in an appropriate context, like I said before, not just shoving your truth on people because you feel so righteous, but in a context that affects you, your standards and your boundaries. Give people the opportunity to meet your needs, but if you don't bullshit yourself, right? So many people are in relationship dynamics based on a fairy idea of the potential of someone who is showing you who they are. If a narcissistic person is showing you who they are and you're not walking away, don't question the universe and not delivering your abundance. You're not a match there. This is an energetic universe, a vibrational universe, right? An empath that is prepared to manipulate through people pleasing is a match for a narcissist with a mask on who's prepared to manipulate to gain control. Different intentions, same energy. So remember, just because it's an energetic match doesn't mean it's the same energy. It's complementary energy. Right? That's what forms the energetic match. Complementary energy, not necessarily the same. So any questions on that, let me know. Think about what I'm saying. You are wanting your abundance. Your soul is calling you. Your purpose will call you. Break free of the chains. Every day, make it your job to heal your wounds, to get more sovereign. I promise you, if you are called to this, and if you're called in my space, you are more than capable, no matter what trap you're in, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I've seen them all. I've been in them all. I promise you. There is something inside of you that is wanting to transcend that if you're here. So allow that truth to sit in and make the small steps every day. Do not convince, validate, justify behavior that is not in alignment with what you want to receive. I teach my clients constantly to disengage energy. And this works in their romantic relationships, their finances, everything. So when someone isn't showing up correct, what I call correct here is just in alignment with your highest vision, values and truth. I don't allow it my energy. When we've got abuse cycles, you often will obsess and find it difficult to disengage your energy. Talk to me about trauma release or get on one of my programs where there's a lot of trauma release work as well as strategies. But here's the thing. When you disengage energy, don't justify, don't force on someone. Don't try and teach them. You disengage energy and you hold in your heart what you want to receive, how you want people to support you, show up around you. Then there's an opportunity for your need to be met. When you try and force your opinion on people, this does not work. You're still in an energy of force, which means you're now a match for other people to force themselves on you in some way. We don't need to do that, right? When we master energetics, we are very powerful creators, but we have to understand an energetic match is not the same. Yeah? That's why people say, like, you know, I'm really nice to that person. Why am I not getting niceness back? Because if you're a match, right, to overgiving, then you'll keep attracting that energy back. If you're a match to what I put out, I receive back and more, it's different. That's why Living from Abundance in my course on that covers that piece. Any questions, let me know, guys, but be very, very powerful in your truth in this. You are lying to yourself when you're indulging in these relationships. I've been there. I know how painful it is, but it's still the truth. Your soul knows inside you know. Do not deceive yourself and you will not be deceived on the outside. It's a spiritual principle and an energetic law. So questions, if you want more on this, let me know. I'm very passionate about it because we've got very narcissistic control domination cycles going on outside of our relationships because we are tolerating this on a micro level, and that's why we're living in what seems like a world that exploits. I promise I can show you how to completely dissolve this and be in your sovereign truth. So lots of love. I hope this is powerful for you, and I'll speak to you soon.